What's up? This is Max, the founder of Eco Companion, and I'm traveling with Kiri Novak, one of our EC journalists, to what we think is one of the last green and peaceful places on Earth. We're currently in Costa Rica, the king of ecotourism.
I mean, is this really ecotourism though, Max? I'm not sure.
I guess we'll see. We start our trip at the El Establo Mountain Hotel, experiencing the more luxurious side of ecotourism. But we're here to find out if the impact of making your next holiday eco can go beyond paper straws and recycle bins and truly protect natural landscapes and even save endangered species. So the next day we head east to Selva Bonito Lodge, where we hope to see the direct impact ecotourism is having on one of the country's most loved species, the jaguar. So we've just had about a 5-hour journey all the way across Costa Rica. Now we've arrived 20 minutes away from Selva Bonito Lodge, and our host has just come to pick us up in his pickup.
Welcome to the belly button of the universe.
Thank you very much.
Okay, let's do the luggage.
The lodge is set in its own 2,000-acre private nature reserve along the Caribbean coast. Once destined for logging, but thanks to Jurgen's efforts, it's now one of the top eco-lodges of Costa Rica.
What is so special about this place?
This place is really innovating, like the work they're doing in particular around stopping poaching with the jaguars and all this kind of stuff. I'm really excited to kind of see how they do it and how they're so successful at it and using the money from tourism to fund all of that. We're just about to head off on one of the first really big hikes of the trip out into the rainforest, and I'm particularly excited because we're going to be walking the footprints of some of the big cats of Costa Rica, so the ocelot and of course the jaguar. With only 15,000 jaguars left in the wild, we're helping to set camera traps that will capture valuable data on the local population.
Jaguar Point was named after Spotty, the first jaguar ever caught.
Unfortunately, in recent years at Selva, a jaguar lost its life to poaching. So these traps also act as a kind of CCTV for the forest.
The one that killed the jaguar, you know who he was. I denounced him a couple of times, and then one time I stopped him on the road and said, hey Coco, what about the jaguar you killed? But you can't prove it, so he gave himself away.
Poachers, of course, don't like to be caught in the act, so this is where you come in. Simply your presence in the forest is making a significant difference.
We've reduced about 80% of the poaching in our preserve.
Wow.
And within the next 10 years, we can say no more poaching at Selva Bonito Reserve.
That'll be an amazing day.
Yeah, we'll party, okay.
Yeah. So we are now halfway through a rainforest trek, and now we're about to head over to see some horses for some horse riding, which I'm particularly looking forward to because I did it when I was a kid, but it's been quite a long time, but I feel like the Central American horses should be a bit more interesting.
Guys!
Completely oblivious to Andy's struggles to ride whilst filming, I was having a great time riding our way through the Jurassic landscapes towards one of the oldest trees of the rainforest.
Okay, so this is a majestic tree, Cedrela odorata. This one's probably witnessed the arrival of Christopher Columbus. Okay, when he looked around and said, wow, the rich coast, Costa Rica. And I think this is very important. Ecotourism is about supporting life-supporting systems. What are we humans doing wrong? Why are they so concerned about destroying everything instead of protecting something that gives us life? So really thank you for coming out here and helping spread the word and the message.
To really do justice to the beauty of the reserve, we were eager for aerial shots. However, thanks to jungle conditions, our drone had failed us. With only a couple hours left, we were getting desperate. So our only option was for Andy to go into Jurgen's gyrocopter in spite of an impending storm. Oh, yeah, he's also just a tiny bit scared of heights, and helicopters, and mega rainforest jungle storms. How you feeling, Andy?
Not had really time to think about it.
We're gonna climb up to 2,500 feet, and look at our preserve border, Reserva Selva Granito. We supply the drinking water to 70,000 inhabitants in the city of Limon, which drink the water that our forest protects.
Incredible, mate.
How was it?
I've done that with my drone a million times before, but being there, doing it and shooting it myself, man, it's so good.
This calls a close to our time at Selva. Sustainability is too often a tick box for eco-lodges to try to get an extra booking or two. However, Selva Bananito, with Jürgen at the helm, validate the concept of ecotourism by delivering not just an enjoyable experience for any traveller, but one that helps to protect a unique and beautiful landscape for generations to come. Next, we head southwest down to the Osa Peninsula, famed for being the most biologically intense place on Earth.
We've just suddenly been overwhelmed with two types of monkey already.
Hello!
Welcome. This is it. I'm
Nice
Rachel.
to meet you.
Nice
How
to
you
meet
doing?
you.
After a quick hello and welcome from Rachel and the Osa Conservation team, we were whisked off as reports came in of a sea turtle recently laying eggs. It's very obviously where a sea turtle has laid her eggs, because you can see, because it's got a little imprint of all of the tracks all the way back to one spot. Green turtles are highly endangered, and so volunteers like us and the staff here at Osa Conservation move all the eggs to safety whenever they find nests.
You have to grab the eggs super gently so that you don't break them, and they're a lot softer than you would think they are.
75 eggs, and now we're taking them to the hatchery, which I'm quite excited to see. Now they're going to spend the rest of their time here, looked after, protected from all the predators, before they're then released into the ocean. With all the eggs safely hidden away from predators and poachers, it was time to move into our new digs, nestled in the middle of the rainforest. The lapping of the nearby waves soon had us dreaming of baby turtles. Then, the 5 a.m. antics of the local howler monkeys soon let us know it was time to meet up with Rachel.
We've dedicated a tree to Alvaro Ugalde. He's the father of the National Park System, and we dedicated a tree to him when he passed away. So that's
A
the
big ass tree, basically, we're
big
about to
ass
go.
tree. Yeah, we're gonna look at a big old tree.
It seems like every hardcore conservationist in Costa Rica has their favourite ancient tree. And this morning, we're off to go see Rachel's.
What have you got? We have, is it spider monkey?
Yeah.
Nailed it.
The squirrels are crazy. You can hear them too, but you have to train your ears a little bit because they're like this really high-pitched kind of like beep, 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 beep. These are leafcutter ants. This is an incredible species. So you ask my favorite animal, this might be it. It's said they move over 1% of the tropical forest in a year, all the species of leafcutter ant, yeah.
And of course, right next to the huge colony of ants, we find a particularly content anteater sleeping the day away.
This tree is estimated between 600 and 800 years old. And so this was dedicated to Alvaro Ugalde, who, as I mentioned before, is the father of the National Park System here in Costa Rica and was a really big part of the founding of our organization. Apparently the dedication was quite amazing. Yeah, it was something to be at.
I think the reason everybody here has a favourite tree is at least in part because they're just not so common anymore due to human impact. So next up, we take a trip down to a re-forestation project funded, yet again, by ecotourism.
This is the tree that we need the most because we are planting all of our plots based in this tree. This is the first part. The seed germinates and then we take them to the vivero, so maybe we can go to the vivero.
Yeah, sounds good.
This is the vivero. We have chosen like 30 species based on its wood, on its how the animals like it, and they grow really fast. They are a primary species.
So this is balsa wood, and this is the particular celebrity of the botanist right now, I'd say, which is just mainly because it grows so fast. But these are only babies, so they should grow up and create secondary rainforest within around 20 years. It's incredible to think that these tiny plants will one day grow into the beasts of a tree we saw earlier, creating a home for all of the ecosystems of the Osa Peninsula. It's been a very educational but fairly quiet and peaceful start to the day. However, that was all about to change when one of the team gets a little too close to some disgruntled howler monkeys while setting up one of the cameras they use to monitor them.
I've got to be careful, yeah.
Well, monkeys can get quite aggressive, like when we're just on the ground. And howler monkeys are the biggest species of monkey we get.
So Lawrence's challenge now is to retrieve the camera's memory card before being mauled by the angry apes. With Lawrence safely back on the ground, it was time to check the damage.
Yeah, I feel good. That's like the second time I've climbed a tree with howler monkeys in. There's some poo down here, look on my harness, right there. So they showed me who's boss.
Each evening at Osa, you're treated to an incredible sunset, and then usually dinner signals the end of the day. But not tonight.
We're about to take Kiri on a nightmare adventure. We're about to see snakes, spiders, wasps, frogs.
We're about to go into the rainforest and look at the wildlife around a swamp. So it's slightly scarier than just walking along the road, so we'll see how it goes.
Kiri's shitting herself. After a literally terrifying night, the sun came up to save us, and the resident sea turtle expert Manuel informs us that one of the nests of babies are ready to be released. So we are just about to complete travel life goals and release sea turtles.
They need to walk down to the water so they get more stronger before they reach the ocean, because that ocean is really stronger, so they need that energy and use all the muscles. So let's go. We just released about 75 sea turtles, and other than one hawk catching one of them, they are now all in that ocean. And all I keep thinking is, Jesus fucking Christ. They are one of the most adorable, tiny little things in the world, and they just charge headfirst into some of the biggest waves I have ever seen. They represent Costa Rica itself, who have ditched conventional wisdom and charged headfirst with their plans to embrace ecotourism as a way to not only develop the country for the people, but for the wildlife that call it their home too. And with the plans to claim over 50% of the country as national parks, they're only just getting started. Eco Companion is on a mission to create a place for nature in tomorrow's world through inspiring more people to enjoy true eco-tourism. So it warms my heart to see an entire nation that proves that it can work at the biggest of scales. Support ecotourism projects like those of Selva, OSA, and others all over the world by booking your next holiday through Eco Companion. We only offer true ecotourism. Share this film and its message and show that you stand with nature and the hard-working conservationists fighting to protect it.